What's going on, guys? It's me, Tim Riddick, and I am here with another episode of what I got in the mail this week. So one of the things that probably you, like a lot of other people who are probably watching this, you'll probably create a lot of content. Like I create a lot of content. So creating a lot of content generally means that I need like larger hard drives. In the past, I used to use like those little 2, 3, and 4 terabyte Western Digital hard drives, and those were fine. They were great. They were great hard drives. I have nothing like wrong or anything to really say about those. I still have a lot of them from like years. Every year, I would buy 2 new 4 terabyte Western Digital portable hard drives, and that was because I used one as a backup and I used another as like a working drive. And that worked for me fine until I got the Sony A7R3, and the files on that particular camera were like huge. So 4 terabytes with the amount of content and weddings that I photographed just didn't necessarily get the job done. Now I have moved away from Sony and have moved back to Canon. I'm actually filming this on the Canon EOS R. Yeah, for a variety of reasons. One, I love Sony, and I think there's not a bad camera on the market these days. I just, the simplicity of the Canon EOS R, I just really enjoyed more. It was a little bit more of a joy to shoot. I really loved a variety of things about Sony, and I still think Sony makes a great camera. I know a lot of my friends shoot Sony, and I think Sony is really going to be a force to be reckoned with. But for a variety of reasons, I just went back to Canon. So I'm shooting this on the Canon EOS R, and the files were a little bit smaller. So I went from like a 46, I think a 47 or 42 megapixel camera back down to a 24. So I'm able to go back to like smaller drives. Like those 2 4 terabyte Western Digital hard drives wouldn't last that long, maybe 6-7 months. Like I average about 25 to 35 weddings a year. Give or take a few, well, not this year, because I've had 15 weddings moved into 2021, but in the past, last year, in 2019, that is how many weddings I shot, 33 to be exact. So anyway, long story short, when I moved from working primarily from a laptop to working from a desktop, my primary desktop is an iMac Pro, which I absolutely love. And even though that has 4 Thunderbolt 3 and 4 USB 3 ports on the back of it, it still was not quite enough ports, and I still wanted to kind of consolidate that down to just like, you know, 1 or 2 cords from our hard drives. So I got away from those Western Digital drives and I went to, as you can kind of see, one of the things I got in the mail recently is this here. This is the G-technology G drives. I've moved away from Western Digital to all G-tech drives that are no longer portable. They are the standard hard drives that plug into a wall. But this one is Thunderbolt 3. It is actually much faster than those USB portable hard drives from Western Digital. So I have like 4 of these, and this is actually the 4th one that I got. And the reason why I bought that is because I use one as a just video drive, and then I have a backup for that, and then I use another as a photo drive, and I have a backup for that. So each year I generally try and buy 4 of these. It gets kind of expensive, and then I just kind of rotate them through if I don't need them. So this is a 6 terabyte drive, and these drives are pretty awesome. I also just love the way that they look. They're sleek, they're silver, they kind of match the whole iMac aesthetic. They're not kind of like that gunmetal gray that I kind of like with the iMac Pro, but it still gets the job done. So I get this one, the 6 terabyte drive, and I have upstairs, I have one 10 terabyte Thunderbolt 3, which was like $600, and then I have a USB 3 10 terabyte drive, which was a little bit cheaper, about half the price of the Thunderbolt version of it, and I have a 6 terabyte, and now this will be my second 6 terabyte, so this will be my backup drive for photography. So one of the things that I also got in the mail recently is these, like, I don't know if you can see that, these are like Cable Matters cables. These are like a godsend. You know, so one of the things with those USB 3 drives is that they come with the, here, let me just go ahead and open this. They come with, I'm not even kind of sure what this is called, but it comes with like this little port. I'm not sure if you can see that. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but it comes with like this like little strange port here, and I wanted to go directly from that USB 3 drive into one of these Thunderbolt 3 drives, which you can daisy chain. I believe you can daisy chain up to 5 devices with with Thunderbolt 3, I apologize. So I just, instead of buying a new hard drive that is Thunderbolt 3, I just got this cord from Cable Matters that plugs directly into the back of that USB 3 drive and then comes out USB-C. And look, it's gold plated. Not that I think any of that matters. I think all the gold plating stuff is just an upsell. But these are much cheaper than replacing your entire drive. Alright, the other thing that I got in the mail, so I got 2 of those to kind of fix the problem that I have, so I can daisy chain. And I'll show you guys that in another video with how that looks. My friend Sasha and Cohen recommended this book, and this book is by, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a gigantic blank here, Henry Carroll, and it's How to Take Great Photographs of People. Not that I feel like I need to learn how to take better photographs of people, because I feel like I do. I always want to kind of like continue to learn and continue to grow and continue to find different ways of taking interesting photographs of people, because I love you know, photographing people. So I feel like as a student, as a photographer, you should always constantly be learning and learning new things and learning, you know, new ways to photograph and picking the brains of the masters. So it sounds like a book that's relatively elementary, but it's not. It's actually, you know, it includes a bunch of like really great photographers that you can see here on the back of the screen. But yeah, I just got this book in recently. I actually saw it on his Instagram stories, and I was super interested because I am always trying to find a way to evolve and to get better. As should you, if you're watching this. If you're watching this video, you should always be looking for a different way to photograph the same thing, so that way you don't get bored. And I feel that that's what happens with a lot of people, a lot of creators, a lot of photographers. They just get bored with taking photos, so they just stop doing it because they aren't evolving anymore. So the last thing that I got in the mail was this here. I'm not sure if you can see it. That is the Olympus PEN-D half frame camera. Yeah, so this thing here is pretty awesome. Now, I bought this off of eBay for about $30, and this little Olympus PEN-D is super, I mean, look how small that is. It fits like literally in the palm of my hands. That's pretty dope, right? So this is like kind of sad news. So I did just read an article that said Olympus is getting out of the camera game, and they are concentrating on like medical supplies now. I guess their Olympus 4-third cameras haven't done as well as they would have liked. But this camera is kind of a throwback. I'm not 100% sure what year it came out of, but it is a half-frame camera. So that means if you're shooting 35mm film and you have a 36-frame roll, that this will take 72 photographs on one roll of film, because it just splits that 36mm frame in half. So it's kind of awesome. It only has a shutter speed up to 500, and it has a 1.9 lens. It did come with like this filter. This is kind of dirty, but it comes with a 1.9 Zuko lens. It's from the things that I've seen online, it looks like it takes pretty awesome photographs, and it does have a little frame counter that you can set So when you put in a new roll of film, you can adjust it so you know how many rolls of film that you have, how many shots per roll that you have left on it. It is a really unique camera, and I think it's like one of those things, I'm always looking for something that I can, you know, shoot and just kind of see the world differently. That's part of the reason why I moved from medium format to 6x6 with my Mamiya 6. I'm sure you probably have seen that video. And why I actually sold my Mamiya 6, sadly. I'm kind of really disappointed that I even did that. And I bought a Mamiya 7 instead. So I'm still shooting a ton of rolls on my Mamiya 7, which is also a great camera. But I really loved the compactness of the Mamiya 6. And the Mamiya 7 doesn't have that same compact aspect of it. So it still kind of fits kind of awkwardly in your bag. But it is a great camera. I stand by it. I love the images that I've received from it so far. And I'm kind of excited to see what I get out of this Olympus PEN-D half frame camera. It's always kind of nice just to have something different that you can kind of put in your pocket and just photograph your kids with. The meter is kind of unique, if you can kind of see up top there. I'm sure, there it goes, in focus. So it kind of gives you kind of like an idea of, as you can see, the frame counter, and then that's the light meter up top. And pretty much you just align the aperture and the shutter speed to the numbers that you see up there, and you hit click on that little shutter button that you see up there, because this thing is like super compact. Yeah, man, this is, you know, and then you've got your little focusing lever here that you can focus back and forth. I'm going to do a full review once I probably put like 4 or 5 rolls of film through this, which will actually be, gosh, at 5 rolls at 72 frames per roll. That's a lot of images that you can get out of one camera. So yeah, dude, I'm kind of pumped. I'm kind of excited. I'm always looking for things that are different and new. So yeah, there's no focus confirmation inside here. There's no numbers. And you're just kind of guessing the distance that you are from your subject by using this little thing here on the side. I'm not even sure if you can see that. Can you see that? Yeah, right there. So you're just using like the little focus thing. So yeah, friends, these are the things that I've gotten in the mail recently, and I will be doing a full review of the G drive, and I will show you guys how I connect this when I do my quarantine desk. I know as states are kind of opening back up, I'm still actually kind of working from home 6 days a week. I only spend 1 day in the office at my studio doing some work. Just really allows me to kind of write out some ideas and come up with some things for videos, and it allows me to kind of edit some stuff, because I have 3 young boys and they are crazy and I love them, but I do need a day away for personal sanity so I can kind of like really kind of crush some stuff now that they're home from school. Very thankful for my wife for supporting this. Yeah, guys, so that's really it of what I have for this video today. This is the stuff that I've got in the mail. Kind of really brief overview of several things. If you like this video, please hit that little subscribe button and hit the little bell notification so you know whenever I drop the next video. And I do want you to know that this video, because you know I've got bills to pay, is sponsored by Coyote Provisions. Coyote Provisions is an outdoor company based out of Burlington, Vermont. And if you use the code TIM15, that's TIM15 at checkout, you will get 15% off of your complete order when you check out, man. There's some great stuff in there. I own a lot of their gear. I normally wear their little snapback hat in my videos, but today I'm wearing my Boston Celtics hat because I love the Celtics and I'm a Boston sports fan. So yeah, I'm rambling, guys. Hey, I just want to let you guys know that I love you. Appreciate you watching this video. I hope you checked out my Leica M240 thrift store review that I did. Not really a review, but just kind of thrift store find that I have and that I did recently. But yeah, guys, appreciate you guys. Peace.